Hi, this is Ingrid from Eat Well, Enjoy Life. Today we're going to make a dish I love called millet mash. I combine millet and cauliflower with some seasonings and mash it up. It becomes a satisfying dish similar to mashed potatoes, but oh so much more nutritious. Millet is an amazing grain, inexpensive and packed with nutrients. Millet is considered to be one of the least allergenic and most digestible grains available. So it's a great grain if you have any stomach issues. We're going to talk more about it while we're cooking, but let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start with either some butter. Butter will make it taste more like mashed potatoes, but if you're vegan or choose not to eat butter, you can always use some olive oil. I'm going to use a little bit of each just to give it a little more flavor. And so then we're going to heat the butter on low heat. I don't like to put the butter or olive oil on high heat when I'm heating it because it tends to burn. And then we have this whole big shallot over here, and we're going to chop that up. It doesn't have to be real fine because it's going to cook up nice and soft. Be careful you don't cut yourself when you're chopping. And we're going to add the shallots to the butter and let them soften a little bit. So while that is softening, we have this cauliflower over here, which I have washed, and basically you just trim off the outer leaves because you don't need those. And we're going to need about 1.5 cups of the cauliflower. So that's, for this one, it's a little more than, it's a little less than half. And being that we're going to mash everything, it doesn't really make a difference how you cut the cauliflower. You want it to be in basically even pieces. So once the shallots have softened, we're going to add the millet. Now, if you are cooking millet by itself, you can toast it in advance, but in this case we want it to be soft, so we're not going to toast it. We're going to mix it up with the shallots and the oil to give it a nice coating. Then we're going to add the cauliflower. Now with this cauliflower, we want them to be evenly sized so they cook the same amount throughout. So we add the cauliflower. Now with the shallots, when I was cooking the shallots, I had it on low because I don't want them to brown or burn, and I don't like the oil to get too hot. So we have the cauliflower here. We're going to put in some Italian seasoning. It's about a teaspoon. You can either buy mixed Italian seasoning or you can make your own with basil, thyme, and oregano. And we have here some stock. Now I'm using my homemade vegetable stock. You can either use vegetable stock that you buy in the store. I like to buy the no salt variety because it tends to be very salty when you buy the salted ones. Or if you prefer, you can use chicken stock. It's your choice. So we put that in, and it should cover nicely. And put the cover on it. We're going to turn it up now to bring it to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, we're going to turn it down to low and let it simmer for 30 minutes. So while that's cooking, let me tell you a little bit about the benefits of millet and cauliflower. Like I said, it's great if you have any stomach issues because it's easy to digest and not acid forming. It's gluten-free, high in vitamin B's and calcium, and it can be eaten if you're on a reduced candida diet because it doesn't feed the pathogenic yeast. It's alkaline and non-mucus forming, and it can be used as a probiotic because it increases intestinal flora. It helps to boost your serotonin to improve your mood, and it has magnesium to help your heart and reduce migraines. The phosphorus in millet helps with fat metabolism, we all love that, and body tissue repair. And since it is metabolized slowly, it is good at preventing your blood sugar from spiking while giving you the necessary energy from the carbohydrates. As we head into the cooler months, you will like millet because it's a warming grain and it'll help to heat your body. Cauliflower is a cruciferous vegetable which is great for cancer prevention. Cauliflower provides special nutrient support for the 3 systems in our body that are closely connected with cancer prevention. It has phytonutrients for the detox system, vitamin C and manganese for the antioxidant system, and vitamin K and omega-3s for the anti-inflammatory system. And any chronic imbalances in these systems can increase the risk of cancer. So let's go back and check on our dish and see how we're doing. Okay, so now that it's been 30 minutes, we see this is cooked. The grains are nice and soft. The cauliflower is soft. And we're going to move it over here so we don't mess up the stove. And put some butter in it. I like organic butter. If you're not using butter, you can use olive oil. It's about a tablespoon of butter here. Gives it nice flavor. And you're going to mash it. So we're going to mash this up here now until it's nice and soft. Just like mashed potatoes. And put in a little bit of salt and pepper. And you can see it is the consistency of mashed potatoes. And you can serve this to your family, serve it to your friends, bring it to parties. Don't tell them what's in it, because if you tell them, they're going to go, ew, millet, cauliflower. But instead, if you just serve it to them and then afterwards tell them what's in it, they will be so surprised. So for the full recipe, go to my website, eatwellenjoylife.com, and give it a try. Thanks.